Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Tennis. Alex Eala rises to world no. 69. MANILA Filipina tennis star Alex Eala rose one spot to no. 69 in the latest rankings released by the WTA on Monday. Eala improved her ranking despite an early exit in the Italian Open, having fallen to Marta Kostyuk in the first round. Her partner in the Italian Open doubles, Coco Gauff, is now the world no. 2 after reaching the finals of the singles draw, where she lost to home bet Jasmine Paolini. The Italian, for her part, is now ranked 4th following her 6-4, 6-2 romp over Gauff. Aryna Sabalenka remains the top-ranked player in the world, even after a shock 4-6, 3-6 loss to China's Zheng Qinwen in the quarterfinals in Rome. Breaking boundaries. Alex Eala rises to world no. 69 in WTA rankings. By your name. Manacor to Manila. Paris to Palawan. Wherever you are, if you love tennis, you've heard the name Alex Eala. And now, that name sits proudly at world no. 69 in the WTA singles rankings, the highest ever for a Filipina. For the tennis world, it's another young star ascending. For the Philippines, it's history. For Alex Eala, it's just the beginning. The journey of a dream. At just 19 years old, Alex Eala's name now sits among the world's elite. A WTA Top 70 ranking is more than just a number. It's validation. It's a doorway. It's proof that the thousands of hours on the court, the lonely nights in hotels far from home, and the grueling travel schedules were worth it. But this isn't a fairy tale built overnight. Eala's story began on the humid courts of Manila, where she first picked up a racket as a toddler. The daughter of a national swimmer and niece of an Olympian, sports were in her blood, but tennis was her heartbeat. By age 12, she had been accepted into the Rafa Naval Academy in Lorca, Spain, a decision that would shape not only her game, but her mentality. Under the tutelage of one of the world's most respected academies, Eala honed her footwork, sharpened her baseline game, and cultivated the mental resilience needed to survive and thrive in the unforgiving world of professional tennis. From junior phenomenon to pro tour warrior, many knew she was special when she won the 2020 Australian Open Girls Doubles title, followed by a 2022 US Open Girls Singles crown, the first ever by a Filipino player in a Grand Slam event. But junior success doesn't always translate to the pro tour. The transition is brutal. The competition is fiercer. The physical demands are immense. And yet, Eala never blinked. She slowly climbed the ITF rankings, gathering titles in lower-tier events, learning how to fight in preset matches, battling seasoned veterans twice her age. Every tournament was a lesson. Every loss a building block. Every win, a spark. In 2024, the sparks turned into flames. A season of breakthroughs. The rise to world no. 69 didn't come in one magical run. It came through consistent grind. Week after week, Eala played through ITF $60,000 and $100,000 events, battling top 100 players and showing that she could not just compete with them. She could beat them. In early 2024, she made headlines by winning back-to-back titles on the European clay circuit, defeating higher-seeded players and showcasing her maturity under pressure. Her footwork on clay, once a weakness, became an asset. Her serve, more powerful and precise than ever, became a weapon. And her trademark two-handed backhand, lethal. Then came the WTA main draws, the bright lights, the big names. Eala took them in stride. At the Madrid Open, she cruised past her first-round opponent and set up a second-round clash with world no. Won Iva Swiatek, a match that, though she lost, showed her resilience and readiness for the sport's highest level. It was clear. Alex Eala was no longer a rising star. She was a legitimate threat. Climbing into the top 70. What it means. Reaching world no. 69 is not just symbolic. It changes everything. Direct entry into WTA events. No more qualifying rounds. Eala can now enter main draws at higher tier events, giving her access to more ranking points and tougher competition. Seeding advantages. Higher rankings increase her chances of avoiding top seeds in early rounds, which could lead to deeper runs in tournaments. Olympic possibility. With Paris 2024 on the horizon, a top 70 ranking could pave the way for Olympic qualification, a dream that's closer to reality. Inspiration for a nation. She becomes a beacon for the next generation of Filipino athletes, especially girls in tennis. And most importantly, it signals to the world that Eala is not a one-time wonder, but a player on a mission. Olympic possibility. With Paris 2024 on the horizon, a top 70 ranking could pave the way for Olympic qualification, a dream that's closer to reality. Inspiration for a nation. She becomes a beacon for the next generation of Filipino athletes, especially girls in tennis. And most importantly, it signals to the world that Eala is not a one-time wonder, but a player on a mission. A nation celebrates. When news broke of her career-high ranking, the reaction across the Philippines was nothing short of euphoric. Sports news outlets declared it a historic breakthrough. Her name trended on social media. Fans shared clips of her wins, cheered with pride, and said what every Filipino feels when she steps onto the court. Para sa bayan. For the country. It's more than just patriotism. It's ownership. Pride. That in a sport long dominated by the West, a Filipina from Quezon City is showing the world what Southeast Asia can do. And it's not just her fans who took notice. The Philippine Sports Commission issued a congratulatory statement. Tennis associations across Southeast Asia acknowledged her impact. Even Rafael Nadal, her mentor, sent a quiet message of pride via the Academy's official channels. The Rafa effect. Much of Eala's mental strength and sportsmanship can be traced back to her years at the Rafa Nadal Academy. She has often cited Nadal as her inspiration, not just for his ferocious game, but for his humility and professionalism, and it shows in her own demeanor. Eala doesn't smash rackets. She doesn't make excuses. She fights, point by point. Win or lose, she walks off the court with grace. She trains with the seriousness of someone twice her age. One of her coaches once said, "She's not just here to compete. She's here to belong." And now she does. What's next? Bigger dreams ahead. So what's next for the 69th best tennis player in the world? 1. Top 50 breakthrough. Eala's current form, combined with more main draw opportunities, makes a top 50 debut very possible by the end of 2025. If she stays healthy and keeps up her consistent performance, the sky's the limit. 2. Grand Slam goals. Getting into Grand Slam, main draws without qualifying is now within reach. The goal: win the main draw match, possibly reach a third round or better. Wimbledon and the US Open await. 3. Olympic Games in Paris. With her ranking and nationality in mind, Eala could very well make history again by being the first Filipina tennis player to represent the country at the Olympics in singles. The dream is alive and realistic. 4. A top Asian player. Eala has already started to become one of the most recognized names in Asian tennis. Her next challenge is to become the region's top-ranked woman, joining the likes of Zheng Qinwen and Naomi Osaka in leading Asia's charge in women's tennis. A new generation's hero. More than her wins and rankings, what makes Alex Eala so important is what she represents. She is the face of Filipino excellence on a global stage. She carries the banner for young Southeast Asian athletes who want to believe that they, too, can rise in a sport dominated by players from tennis superpowers. She's not just breaking ground, she's breaking ground rules. In an interview after cracking the top 100, Eala said, "I want to be known not just as someone who plays well, but as someone who inspired others to dream, especially kids from countries where tennis isn't big. I want them to know that it's possible." Now sitting at World No. 69, she's walking proof. The final rally. Alex Eala's climb to World No. 69 isn't just a sports headline. It's a story of defying expectations, of blazing trails, of showing up and staying ready even when no one's watching. It's the story of a girl who dared to dream beyond her borders. And it's a reminder to the world that greatness doesn't always come from where you expect. Sometimes it comes from a determined young woman from the Philippines, with a racket in her hand, a flag on her sleeve, and a fire in her heart.